Beautiful divine masculine and feminine darlings. I don't plan to be here for too long. And I won't be doing any reading right now. But I do have some Reiki for you. There's elemental Reiki coming through. Also, attempted throat chakra attacks. Yeah, there it is. It's coming from a karmic energy, and I know why, but I'm not even going to get into that right now. They're just not relevant, but it will clear the space. There's Halo Reiki coming through as well. They really don't like this. Like they're sending throat chakra, heard. Sending them shots, just know I'm hard to kill. Watch out, remember, karma's real. That bullshit comes back to bite you. Leave me alone, I don't like you. Scribble you out and rewrite you. Yeah, they hate this. I don't hate you now, but I've got the right to. And I know you hate me, but you don't have the right to. 222. And that's all I'm going to say about that for now. Except for there's a dual energy. Two separate karmic energies. One doesn't want me to speak. And so they're happy that I'm not doing a reading or anything tonight. And this is somebody who has gaslighted themselves into thinking it's their spell work that's working, but that's not in fact the case. God just guided me to do it tomorrow instead. And that's what the second energy already knows. You see, they were not in a state of confidence or relief like the first karmic party was, because all of this just came up off the cuff, mind you, when I came here. 3:33. Because they knew that even if I didn't speak on it today, I probably would tomorrow. And even if I don't say it today, it doesn't mean I don't know about it. And they know that. I heard that. So the karmic who was a little bit more aware of that than the others said, yeah, we're not out of the clear yet. We're not out of the woods yet. She's not talking tonight, not because of us, just because she doesn't want to. It's not, yeah, you have no control. That was my choice and my conversation with God. I'll do it tomorrow. You stopped nothing. I just have other things to do. A bunch of things to do, in fact, but I chose to do these things now, and I'll do that tomorrow. Problem solved. No, you won't. Not if I stop you. Yeah, I heard that. I'm going to kill you with spell work. You don't know about the death spells and magic I just sent. Oh, you think not? Yeah, I saw that. You're not so confident now. Now you look like you're shitting your pants. Yeah, I heard that. Oh, heard that too. Yeah, so you're not so confident anymore, bucko, are you? That's what I just heard. You know what that means? Criminologists, people who look out to watch the body language of criminals, investigators, specifically and specially trained in body language and micro-expressionism. It's one of the cues and the tells that they look for. Because when when you have somebody who's anxious, they cannot help themselves. They do a deep swallow. You can hear it gutturally right down in the base of their throat, where the bottom of the neck connects to the collarbones, from the sides of the collarbone right to the middle of the neck, that little pocket in there. That's where it sits. When you take a really big swallow and it hits the bottom of your throat, it's in. Yeah, see, now they're upset because they realize they were wrong, and so they're trying to send that throat chakra attack again. I thought I was out of the clear. No. Sending his attacks. Oh, what was that? Sending them shots. Just know I'm hard to kill. Watch out, remember, karma's real. That bullshit comes back to bite you. Leave me alone, I don't like you. Scribble you out and rewrite you. Texting the homies, you re-follow me. You want all the tea. I'll throw a party, mad I don't invite you. You're selfish to think it's all to spite you. It's not to spite you, you're not relevant. It's to celebrate me and my people. You just didn't make the VIP cut, Karmics. There's a Reiki modality about 3 downloads I just got in this one. This is a new one. There's a level of groundedness that's coming through with this one. Feet on the ground. But I also heard something about bottoming out. It's a reference of these karmic people who were attacking light workers. I see a car. It's like a car that's too low to the ground, and then it tries to go over a bit of road that is at a funny elevation, and it grinds the bottom of the car all up. Somebody's confused as to what I'm talking about. A lot of sports cars, or just kind of really low to the ground race cars are like that. They don't have the elevation that other ones do, so they can't really go over hills or environments that aren't flat, because they're just not designed for that. They'll get stuck. I've seen people try to go up a hill, and then the front tires will go over the hill, but before the back tires can make it over the hill, the center of the metal right in the bridge of the vehicle gets stuck, and then it just rocks back and forth like a teeter-totter. It's not great. Ruins the bottom of the car and the paint job. My biological father was a mechanic. Anyway, I saw that. So very likely also I'm getting another download. These karmics were vain, and they are the types of people who, yeah, that came up earlier. It was mind flip. You got none in the bank. These are people who it's all for show. It's all for social media. It's all for the gram. It's all for clout. It's all fake flex. That There's another level of bottoming out as a reference here, not in a bad way, but it's getting to the end of a difficult situation. Or down to the root of a problem. There's elevation Reiki happening. This is just about release and growth. There's a full moon actually in, goodness, what's the date? Today's the 10th, 11th? It's technically past midnight. In a day or two, depending on where you are in the time zone. The full moons are about release. But that release is to make space for fresh starts and new beginnings. Somebody's asking about the new moon. It would be fresh starts and new beginnings, generally speaking. There's abundance Reiki coming through as well. I just heard suffering Reiki. If people have been put through some kind of suffering or anguish, then this will help with that. I'm also getting a side download as a disclaimer for those lurking karmics. This will not help them, right? These people do feel like they're suffering from the karma that they're getting for hurting innocent people. There's peace Reiki coming through now too, and protection. But even though the karma, the consequences of their actions makes them uncomfortable, they feel like they're suffering, Reiki's not going to save them from that karma. It's not going to fix the problem for them. Hi, baby. Hi. So that requires a human touch. It's not energies that's going to fix their problems. It's their behaviors that need to change. They need to stop lying and stealing from people and manipulating and playing the victim. They need to learn their lesson. That's why that karma's there. It's not so that they can keep playing the victim or even really to punish them. And yeah, in some cases, divine providence, backlash, but no. Hi, baby. It's to teach them. You know, the universe is feeding them back what they've been doing and giving to other people, and they don't like it. And that's their lesson. Instead of feeling victimized by the universe handing them the exact same things that they've been doing to us on levels, they need to understand that the universe is trying to show them how they've been making people feel and encourage them to stop doing that. That's the way to clear the karma. Hi, baby. I love you so much. You're just a sleepy boy, huh? Anyway. See, they're trying to come through. Can I move you this way? Oh, I love you. My big baby. Got a kitty in my arms. Rock-a-bye kitty in mommy's arms. Just a baby. Kiss my big baby. I love you. Good boy. I hear All I Wanted Was You by Paramore. I've heard that 3 times today. I ignored it the first couple of times. That's a breakup song. Somebody doesn't like this truth. it's either a masculine leaving a karmic, or I've been picking this up. For some divine feminines, there are, let's do some shields. Exes that are lurking on her, wanting her, stalking her, even just energetically, but it's gone beyond that. Some of them are doing it online. Some of them have been trying to, whether it's driving by her house or going near where they think she is, trying to put themselves in a position to quote unquote bump into her, but that's not what it would be. That's planned. But they've been trying to make their presence known again, or even if they weren't, I picked it up. Lurking in divine feminine's energy. Let's do some cord cutting too. Thank you, Holy Team. Thank you, God. Thank you, Archangel Michael, and really the whole team. I really love all of you guys. Thank you, all of my divine beings, helpers, angels, holy angels, and ancestors. There's another Reiki modality coming through. This is a new one. This one is to encourage moving on from old cycles. Same kind of a reference, I guess, a little bit as the full moon energy. All about releasing. This one is specifically pointed. Somebody's asking how it's a karmic. A karmic who tried to copy me, actually. I'm picking up 1:11 on the clock here on the East Coast. Yeah, see, I told you. As I look down. How are you doing this? How do you... Because this is a karmic who tried to pretend to be a spiritualist, but they're not. And so they don't understand how I really do it. But the thing is, I'm not faking like they are. So that's how I just let God channel through. I know who that was. It's an energy vampire. Somebody I've already called out. No need to speak their name. Certainly not right now. This same karmic energy is asking. There's positivity Reiki coming through too. I don't know if I've gotten that one before. That's new. I love this. Thank you for the upgrades. I really love you guys. And that's the answer. Right? Like, how are you doing this? Because I'm legitimate. And how are you so nonchalant? Because the Reiki doesn't come from me. It comes through me. I don't pick the modalities that come through. I just do what God calls. And that's how I generally figure out what the energies are. When a modality comes through that God is sending, and it's specifically pointed to a very, that's why I have so many modalities, a very specific topic, I know what issue or topic they're trying to bring up or bring to my attention to help illuminate the collective on, and also to help protect and heal. So I know you don't understand karmic because you're fraudulent, but that's why you may step away from my collective and I. End of discussion. You don't have a choice. And before anybody argues, I heard they're not, because they know that they're being put in their place. There was a karmic a few minutes ago, a karmic male, because this energy was a karmic female. Thank you. I'd really like to tune this out if it's not necessary, and I don't need to know about it for the Reiki, though, right now. I would love to focus on other energies that don't have anything to do with these people. I've taken enough time and space, and I'm taking it back. There was a karmic male who tried to come through and do this weird mocking energy, but immediately he didn't even have the chance. The nasty thought wave that he was trying to send was shut down because God put, somebody was probably sending throat chakra attacks. All of a sudden, God's foot was on his throat. I heard that, right? God says, you leave my daughter alone. Exactly. Touch not mine anointed, do my prophetess no harm. Yeah, I heard that. There it is. One of them's anxious. One of them, I heard that, is a delusional karmic male coming through. And he's misreading the situation. He thinks that, I'm still not going to read cards tonight. I see that. I could pull on this, but I don't need to. I see it. Cards are like adding pictures to books. I don't need pictures to read the book, though. Frankly, I don't need the book to read the book. Listen to God. A pretty badass spirit team. So again, as far as the nonchalance from this karmic female, how are you so nonchalant? Because I know what you thought you were doing. I know that it didn't work. It's not going to work. I know about the backfires that are coming, and I know the success that you tried to block for us that you didn't. You failed at doing so. So you're the one who has things to sweat, not us. Why would we be concerned? First of all. Also, for those karmics, I've been picking this channel up all day. Just as a side note, let's clear this out. There's jealousy Reiki coming through. It's to clear all of that energy. You know what I'm seeing? It's Glinda and Cynthia Erivo's character. Goodness, what's her name? The green one. in the new movie, Wicked. I haven't seen it, but the photos and the trailers are everywhere. I forget what her name is, her character's name. There's a message of duality coming through. There's specifically a focus on balance Reiki. Yes, in aspects of life, but I feel like also within bodily structure. You need to take care of yourself, of course. Physically take care of your body, but this should help the energy align to clear out anything that was maybe keeping you from doing so as functionally. To put it nicely. Divine Masculines giving a high five. You're very welcome. Thank you. Teamwork makes the dream work. Gratitude and namaste. As far as these jealous karmics go, they're all over the place. That's why I'm bouncing on the channels a little bit. They keep interrupting each other. They're all panicking. And then channels keep coming through. So let's just pause and break them down one at a time. This jealousy energy, as far as these jealous karmics go, like, what do we have to be jealous of? They wanted people to be jealous of them, or they thought people were jealous of them, but they were the ones copying and stealing from us, stepping on light worker toes to try to present themselves as light workers while doing things, including that definitively is in opposition with the whole definition and concept, energetically and otherwise, of being a light worker. For starters. And so for these people who've been copying my light workers, plagiarizing, stealing, right? Why would somebody be jealous of you when you're copying them? This is to the karmics. Why would someone be jealous of you when you're copying them? That would mean that they're jealous of their own energy that you're trying to embody. Why would someone be jealous of themselves? I mean, you're not them. But if you're trying to copy them, plagiarize from them, doppelgang on them, you want people to like you want them to be jealous of you, why would the person you're stealing from be jealous of you? On any level, spiritually, cognitively, or otherwise, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, they want people to be jealous of them, so they snatch what's not theirs and even try to dangle it over people's heads or leverage it over people's heads. But while that might be infuriating because it's, well, morally corrupt at minimum and also criminal on the human plane, just your average Bear or Joe. Jane, also. Your average Bear, Jane, or Joe. It's still not something to be jealous of. They don't understand. And, oh, I have what you want. No, you have stolen property. You've got a criminal charge hanging over your head. You're spiritually bankrupt. You're in lack and loss frequency because you feel like you have to do that to get anything in life. You feel like you deserve nothing. So you, to make up for that, try to convince yourself that you deserve everything, right? To compensate for that, to overcompensate for that. But that's exactly why you deserve nothing, because you're willing to do things like that and treat people like that in the first place. That's the memo you missed. One of them. Okay, so you don't have anything for people to be jealous of. Being jealous of a fake copycat would be like someone being jealous of themselves. Why would they be jealous of themselves when they can just be themselves? You can't be them, you're trying, but that's nothing to be jealous of. Obviously, that karmic is jealous of whoever they're copying. Straight up. No cap. Run it back. All facts. So there's that. The other side note on this karmic channel, karmic mail, was this one was trying to be combative, but he seemed to be quite delusional. Heard 122, Divine Masculine says he is, and he's quite irrelevant. Also, yes, sir. There's love Reiki coming through. Oh, I love this. Good, good, good. Teamwork. Thank you. They used to act like they were sat on the throne. Because we be topping the charts, and middle finger to the haters that hate us. Cheers. Mind of a psychic. I've seen the scene. Motherfucking Team Supreme. Hi, baby. I love you. Thank you. I hear Heartbroken by Jesse Murph. There's heart chakra expansion coming through. Yeah. See, those energies are all... After checking those karmic energies, they're clearing out. It was 3 separate karmics that came through all at once. Those different channels, that's why they were bouncing back and forth. 3 separate karmic energies came through. That's why they were shifting a little bit too. It's because they were different people. Same toxic energy. Like all of them still tuned into the same radio station and frequency. A demonic one, but they were all picking up the same station in their own little way. There's they're calling this resurrection Reiki. There's something about either old projects or timelines or opportunities, but even relationships in some cases that either got put on hold, or there's something about somebody trying to create an obstacle, a block, a conflict, a setback, something that pushed people and their timelines of coming together backwards. My focus just went up to, hi, I've been having chats with him today. It doesn't surprise me. I love you a lot. Ganesha. Oh, thank you. He says, ask and you shall receive. That Reiki, the abundance Reiki did come through. Thank you. I love you. Whoa. I hear Power Over Me by Dermot Kennedy. I also, what is that? Flowers Need the Rain by Preston Pablo. 'Cause I need you like the flowers need the rain. And need you like the sun when the clouds are gray. Oh, you like the blood running through my veins. Ow. Careful, my lovey. Oh, you like the blood running through my veins. I love you until now and forever away. Sometimes I'm feeling lonely. Feel like there is no one around to hold me. My head feels dark and heavy. Then I see your face. And I can only hope for the best. And I can only breathe with my chest. One step at a time. Don't leave me. You've got the power over me, my mind. Everything you hold dear resides in those eyes. You've got the power over me, my mind. You're the only one I want, the only one on my mind. You've got the power over me, power over me. There's sovereignty Reiki coming through. There's a secondary layer of this elevation. Ooh, I like this one. Heard usurpation Reiki, there it is. Because this one is about kicking the clowns out of the castles that they stole. These karmic clowns, they wanted to jealousy, take what we had, right? That's been one of the messages. But when a clown tries to force his way into the castle, he doesn't become a king, right? Karmic female trying to copycat a divine feminine, that does not make her a divine feminine. She doesn't build or have a castle by pretending not to be a clown, the castle becomes a circus tent. She doesn't elevate. She just degrades everyone in the environment around her. 3522. Can you imagine? Heard why you're so obsessed with me. Turn that off, please. Unless there's anything crucial. Okay. There's scar tissue from some of those cords that were connected. I picked that energy up the other day. It was this vampire energy. Trying to latch on to people. Let's clear that out. Spiritual scar tissue. So, hold on. 3622. Let's give that a little love. Shall we? Whoa. They do not like this truth or articulation at all. I heard that. Karmic says, I just want you to die. I'm not going anywhere. I have people to help. You're going to sit down now. I'm not going anywhere but up in life. Correction. And you're not coming with me, Karmics. Leave my collective and I alone. Hi, baby kitty. Let me help you, my friend. Come here, mon ami. Mommy. But you know what? There's a message in that. Hi, babies. I accidentally filled their bowl a little too full. I spilled a little bit out of the sides. Not much. A couple pieces. But enough for myself to notice and catch it. So there's a message of, speaking of that Ganesha, there's a reference of having enough abundance to the point where not only is your cup full, but it's overflowing. And that, my darlings, is the ideal. Very cool. Since they wanted to throw throat chakra attacks, let's do some throat chakra Reiki specifically. In fact, let's do a full chakra alignment while I'm here, shall we? Happy to help with that. Let me pack another bowl too. Baby. I'm gonna start at the root. Just as a baseline. And then we'll do another aura sweep just to make sure we don't miss anything. And then I'll do those shields. Thank you. Finish up that. Thank you. That sent a shiver up my spine. Interesting. I'm getting all kinds of downloads. These karmics are in the hot seat. Yikes. I'm going to move on to these shields. I'm picking up some funny energy, so let's do that first. Here we go. That's a new one. Thank you. I love that. We love that. They're calling this a diamond shield, like very strong. You can cut diamonds, you can cut glass with diamonds, but not diamonds with glass, for example. Very sharp and strong. Divine Masculine is very sad for everything Divine Feminines have been through. It's not just that, but he just has a lot of empathy. It's very mixed emotions. He's not thrilled with people for doing what they did to her, but he's just an empath. This is a good guy energy. Very good guy, it seems like. God said it is. Yeah, thank you. Love you. You need to trust this one. I heard don't let him go and he won't let you go. So it's a mutual choice. And they just consistently choose each other. But it's because they both put in the work. I feel like they both put in the individual self-work. More so than many. And so when they come together, they have enough self-sufficiency, even just within their own spirits. Like, sense of self. That they don't take from each other or deplete each other. It's quite the opposite. In fact, they benefit and boost each other. They're mirrors on a healthy note. That's a good one, thank you. I did pick that up earlier. I did pick up a soul merge between Divine Masculine and Feminine. They're on the same frequency and their souls merged in together. And that's the energy that's coming through right now. It's soul merging, soul mergence Reiki. Cool. While I'm here also, let's do, I've did some myself this morning, actually, on myself. But some soul fragment retrieval. That always helps. Sometimes it comes with, I mean, really all of this does, emotional processing. So just let that flow. But with the soul fragment retrieval, some of that can be pieces of yourself. So calling back your own power. In some cases that were injured or lost or left out in it from other lives. And so when that integration point hits, it can, what it is you're processing out like pain from a previous incarnation, whether you're cognitive of it or not. That's not for everybody. But for those that this one hits on a past life level, there's that. So it's all right. Don't worry about it. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. There's a lot here on the, goodness gracious, the right side. A whole lot of energy. I just found myself clearing. And so they're trying to block people from moving forward, which makes sense. What was the first thing I said here? Something about the moon. The new moon. New beginnings. They don't want to be released because they don't want you to move forward. They don't want to be left behind. Yeah, Divine Masculine says, hold on. I don't like that energy. It's not Divine Masculine, that's the problem. I told you about this earlier. This karmic or fallen masculine energy. I picked up a whole bunch of people. And it's like tug of war over Divine Feminine. Oh my goodness gracious. Divine Masculine just took his hands off of her. But that's the real Emperor. Let me explain to you why. That's an old folk tale, let me tell you. I love this masculine. So, there's a story. It's often told in Asian context. But there is a child, okay? There's a child. And the real mother of the child is with the child. But then there's someone else who tries to kidnap the child and claim that they are the real mother, another female, and she's not. And so they go to the emperor and they ask for the emperor to, decide who the real mother is. And the emperor said, okay, well, both of you take one of the child's arms and you pull, and whoever gets the child, like, if one of their arms comes off, whatever, but whoever gets the child, you can take the child with you. And the person who was not the child's mother started yanking on the child, and the mother, not wanting to see their child harm, let the child go because they did not want to cause any harm. And the emperor knew that that was the mom, the fiduciary duty. These people just showed their whole asses out to the world. Bare and hairy, ugly. Looks like they need a good shave and an ass mask. Go buy some salicylic acid, bitch. Love MGem. Stay away from my collective with your hairy asses. I saw that. That's gross. Go take a bath. Razors in the cabinet. If you washed and took care of your skin more, it wouldn't look like that. I bet your back's all covered in shit too, isn't it? Saw that. You're just a greasy little monkey, aren't you? Go take a bath and stay off my social media. You're mean. No, you like to try to hit people where it hurts. So, hey, okay, empath, I'm just giving you back to you and you don't like it. Stay away from my collective. This is me loving them and defending them from you. Okay? Yeah, there it is. That's exactly. I wasn't going to say it. See, you're not a good mother. And that's why I said what I said. Because I know exactly who you are, ma'am. You left little nasty comments on my social media last night. And you said that specifically. So don't try me. I'm highly psychic and you're just very stupid. But that's why I said what I said. You take low blows at people. You try to hit people where it hurts. Oh, but you don't like it when God shows me where to give it back to you, do you? Can't handle the heat? Stay out of my kitchen. I don't have any fire in my chart, says the impulsive, reckless Sagittarius, you prostituting thought. Nasty. Yeah, see, let's clear that up. Good grief. You're gross. Stay off my socials. See what you do? This is why you can't hang out with me. They always can. Why? Why can't I? Because you're a thief of joy. Nitwits. The joke's on you, though. Guess, look who's crying now. Not me. The joke is entirely on you, and you're the butt of it. Next. Divine Masculine. He says this girl should be a comedian. I just called it like I saw it, all right? It was not a pretty sight to see. Nor did I ask for that, but there it was. Right all up in my grill. Straight front and center, my third eye. You don't know how sick you make people. You make us freaking sick to our stomachs. Except for not anymore. We'd rather just do away with you because, well, frankly, you're not worth the gag. Certainly not the waste of energy. Oh, I see that. Karmic's so mad at what I'm saying. They're going off, trying to go type online and stir some gossip or, you know, maybe send this video to some people and try to stir up a hate brigade. You know who you're behaving like? The Wicked Witch, trying to recruit some flying monkeys, you narcissist. But that's the thing, and that came out in a reading a day or two ago, that you have to group up in gaggles of people to try to come against people. I'm standing here all by myself in my living room on my yoga mat right now. You're crazy. Bitch, I've been living on this thing. Sometimes I take naps on my yoga mat. Fuck you. I hope everybody's all right. If you're not, I'm sending love. Please don't give up. There's starseed Reiki coming through. There's much higher energy. These people are not important. They're just not. They're just not. Here, for example, of course, yes, elementals. I fully comprehend and understand the fire energy myself. But one of these people who's been copying me wanted to claim elemental this and elemental that, and they were copying my elemental Reiki on my website that I've had there for years, long before they were copying me. And I don't have fire Reiki on there, I have sun Reiki. So they're grasping at earthly tools, and I reach straight for the divine. Thank you very much. I heard that Divine Masculine says they really are bad knockoff. Yeah, understatedly so. And they had me underrated, and they must be out of their minds. They said I must be crazy, that I must be out of my mind. No, bitch. You had me underrated. What's wrong with being confident? Oh. Heard that powerhouse, yep. Power couplings coming together too. It's finally time. Divine Masculine says, I'm proud of her. Namaste. I need you to love me now, no. It's now or never. Heard, Halsey, now or never. Divine Masculine says, I don't want to break up like a lot of those celebrity couples. Nope. Nope. Do you know what they tend to lack, though, I find? Communication. Honesty. You start investing, like flashing lights and money and fake tits and lust, right? Demons of lust and temptation and what have you. And the lure and temptation of that causes them to, instead of talking to their partner in general, or if there's an issue, they go and they bring other people into it. And that creates problems, especially when someone's trying to either vent or go to another ear for advice, and they're going to snakes in the grass, giving them advice on either to further ruin their connection or hurt themselves or both in the process. I've seen it. Yeah, he says, I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah, he says he recognizes something about, there's a mirror happening here. Divine Masculines, the way that you have seen me call out some karmics and have no problem cutting people off, never looking back. He's doing that, or has had to do that. He maybe found somebody in his circle recently that did not have his best interest at heart. They either wanted what was coming to him beneficially because they were jealous of it, or because they were jealous of it, they wanted to just block him from having it at all, or encourage him to block himself from it. Okay. If he was all gung-ho about Divine Feminine at first, and he went to, I see, like, some family for some, maybe it's a business, I heard business manager, business colleagues, people in his life somewhere. One of them was jealous, and they wanted Divine Feminine for themselves, and one of them was mad because they just are, I don't know, just like, and they've got some kind of underlying envy too, and they just don't want him to have anything. Even if they don't want it for them, they don't want him to have it, because his blessings and his joy and his happiness reminds them that they're unhappy, and instead of going to fix themselves or taking their dumbasses to therapy, they resent him for it and do underhanded things, grimy things, to sabotage him or encourage him to self-sabotage. No. Pisses me right off. Leave people alone. And Karmic says, no. Yeah, God says, all right, foot on your throat then. Bye.
Leave my daughters and sons alone. Divine. Also, to that psycho who's been plagiarizing from me, God says if you don't take the divine wisdom out of your username handle, you're going to get such karmic hell for it because you're being a karmic and you shouldn't have divine in your business advertisements anywhere. That's just, you have free will to do what you will, but God will smite you for it. That's between you and the divine. Don't shoot the messenger, though. You want to copy her, but you should listen instead. I'd tell you good luck if I knew you had me, but you don't, so I will tell you good riddance instead. There's no amount of praying or alchemizing that can fix that. You need to learn your lesson, and God is making you sit with that karma because you refuse to stop. God's called me to speak on this. God did not call you to steal from people. Touch not mine anointed, do my prophets no harm. I don't believe in that. Well, honey, universal law believes in you. And it's going to serve everything you sent out right back to you on a silver platter, at least times 3. It's not how that works. Oh, yes, it is. But you want to have mind, body, spirit, which is a Trinity reference at the top of your logo. You don't even understand it or how it applies to real life because you're in cognitive dissonance. You think it sounds good, so you post it, but you don't understand it, so you don't recognize it where it applies in IRL. In the IRL. You don't understand how it applies IRL. That's rhetoric, babe. What you just tried to say was rhetoric. Fake spiritualist. You don't know the first thing. And you shouldn't be playing with things you know not the first thing about. Clearly. Yeah, I see a karmic flipping through her little books that she's tried to study up on. Where are you getting this? God. See, you're trying to learn from other humans. I learn from God. Thank you. I think it's so ridiculous. These people are so combative. They want to combat me in everything I do, but then they also copy everything I do. What sense does that make? Why don't you want to listen to my advice when you copy everything I do? Obviously, you know I'm right. You just shoot yourself in the foot. Put both of your big old feet right in your mouth, don't you? How does that taste? Probably not very good. Since your ass looked pretty dirty, I'd say your feet aren't clean either. Heard that, one of my viewers laughing. I'm glad I can make you giggle. Heard that. You're funny. I'm being serious, but thanks. Heard that sassy and feisty. Yeah, I could simmer down now, but sometimes I like me a little bit better when I'm all feisty and shit. Heard. He says, I do too. Well, ask him, you shall receive. You heard that. Heads turn every time I laugh. I'm coming out of my shell. I never do that. So how did you do that? You're making me giggle. It's like I've known you my whole life. Let's go home together. I like the way you don't give a damn. You look like someone I could dance all night with. Maybe you like me the way I am. Whoa. And even though you got an attitude, Maybe I'm in love. All right. Ah, that's pretty. I have another shield coming through. Wow, that's interesting. Gorgeous, lovely. It's like I've never seen anything like this before. This is really cool. Hold on, I need to sit with this. It's so pretty. It's like an orb that goes up and around starting at the feet, but it's they're like vines made of flowers. Really, really pretty. Going up, not in a scary or suffocating way, just really pretty in a uniform spherical bubble around the light worker. And it doesn't trap them in, but it's a reference of a grounded layer of healing, and emphasis also on nurturing the sensitive aspects of the being, emphasis also on protection of the biofield specifically. There's something about, oh, that makes sense. When we are around technology for too long, it's not good for our energy fields. Television, cell phones, and things like that, it's why we're called to get outside, get into nature where there are negative ions. It's like charging a dying cell phone. Some go stick their feet in the dirt. Some people go around lakes or waters, like ocean, streams. Ocean has tons of negative ions. People that can get themselves around moving bodies of water, preferably to some degree, will find that there are more in those areas. It's just the moving through that creates that emission. But there's a reference of how we go out into nature to heal and charge, and also the way that we breathe out carbon dioxide, but we breathe in oxygen, and trees breathe in carbon dioxide, but they breathe out oxygen. Like, we legitimately need each other to survive. We breathe out what they breathe in, and vice versa. So it's a symbiotic relationship. There's also an emphasis on loving yourself. Big time emphasis on that, nurturing your whole being as a core, back to that point and reference, given the fact that gardens are often very similar. They need tending, right? Some plants have very specific growth needs. Roses, for example, beautiful, gorgeous, expensive, hard to grow, finicky. They don't like it too hot, they don't like it too cold, they need enough sunlight, they don't like too much. They need enough water, they don't want too much. They're very temperamental, generally speaking. Some species more than others. I hear Wild Horses by Bishop Briggs. Okay, thank you. There's this is one of my favorite modalities. This is to open the crown. But it's more than that. It's specifically a connection point straight up to the divine, and spirals back. It's light language that comes back. I got a download on, I've seen it for years when this comes through, but I didn't have a word for it. I've always described it as almost like icy hot white holograph. They're like holograph or hieroglyph, rather, tattoos almost that run across the body as the energy filters through the system. But what it is that's what the angels called it a couple of days ago. They called it light language. And it's just specific coding, but it came in symbols. It's really pretty.
They're like white glowing tattoos. It's it's very cool. At least that's what runs through my skin. Comes through me and then I send it through this way. That's the channel for that. But this has always been one of my favorites. Not simply for that, it's the energy as a whole. It's very, very cleansing. It's a really powerful crown and third eye cleanser. I also find that it hits the ears and the throat very well, but that higher, like blue, purple kind of chakra energy, that spills through the whole aura field, and it's a whole clean sweep. And if you've ever had a really crisp, clear mind's eye intuition, like you know what it is and feels like to be so sharp, imagine that level of pristine, but through the whole aura. It's so good. I love it. It's one of my favorites. It has been for a long time. Karmic is asking, where did you learn? God. I told you, I'm the master. You're a fake. I don't have to fake shit. I built my brand off of authenticity and transparency, and that's why I can stand here and speak up and do this. Also, it wasn't fun to have to do. This was not ideal. This was not what I intended to use my platform for this way, but it became a requirement. I don't see these karmics advocating for other people, just trying to sell their stolen business ideas. Use your platform for good or don't use it at all. Thank you. And that doesn't mean go try to pretend like you're charitable now, because everybody's already seen that you've been stealing. That doesn't cover that up or fix it. It just looks fake. It looks more fake. It looks like you're grasping at straws. Yeah, karmic says, so there's nothing I can do? No, not to manipulate your way out of this. You see, you're still trying to control things abusively, and you're trying to play God in the situation and other people's lives too, in regards to how you've had a negative hand in it, and you don't want the divine to clear it up. You don't want us to work with the divine to clear it up, but you don't want the divine to clear it up. So nobody's on your side. Nobody that matters. As far as the issues over the last couple days with the stealing from me and the gossip and the slander that I'm very well aware of. This morning I had chats with my local police department, who got the scoop last week and then got the updates when the harassment happened last night. But the police department in her jurisdiction also got a phone call this morning, so now they know what she's done too. Good job, Toodles. So now the cops where I live know what you did, and now the cops where you live know what you did. Congratulations. What is that I'm hearing? Congratulations. Like, was that Quavo? Who is that? That's funny. Oh, I hear, so we talked all night about the rest of our lives. Where we gonna be when we turn 25, 35, 45? Keep thinking this will never end. Keep on thinking this. What was it? Oh, interesting. I'm getting a side channel. Hold on. Some of these karmics are in big trouble, dude. Blue lights. I see blue flashing lights. But I'm being told to be quiet about that for now. So there's that. Keep on thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always stay the same. When we leave this year, we won't be coming back. No more hanging out, cause we're on a different track. So if you Got something that you need to say. You better say it right now, 'cause we don't have another day. 'Cause we're moving on and we can't slow it down. These memories are fading like a film without sound. Keep thinking of the night in June. Didn't know much of love, but it came too soon. I heard that earlier today. I think that's Rascal Flatts. I hear it again. It's called I'm Moving On. He says, I've finally made peace with a past I regret. But I've found you find strength in your moments of weakness, so for once, I'm at peace with myself. I've been burdened with blame, there it is, and trapped by the past for too long, but I'm moving on. Yeah, scapegoating, karmics. We're not being the victims of your delusional narrative where you're the good person and we're the villains because we won't let you abuse us anymore. Get bent. Twice. Go kick rocks barefoot. Go take a nice dive in a chum-filled water. Go skydiving and forget your parachute. Hold your breath and wait for me to fail. Go take a nice long sniff at the bottom of a pool at a scratch and sniff sticker. You have to have something more productive to do than stalk us.
Thanks. Go take a hike in bear-infested woods with a backpack strapped with fresh steak. Go do something with your life. But stop this. 7722. You want to be reckless, there are better ways to do it, and certainly ones that don't endanger other people.
I don't advise doing that at all, but just saying. Leave people alone.
Love MGem.
Like, what's wrong with you, legitimately? I'd say, who raised y'all? A pack of wild hyenas? But I think they'd have done a better job, karmics.
And I'd also say in some cases, plenty of cases,
I'd like to have a word with your parents. But unfortunately, I know who some of them are, and I can see why you turned out the way you did.
moving on. That's not for everybody.
But for example, I've crossed paths with a rapist before. And he is abusive, and he is a addict, and he's a big, mean, aggressive bully, and then he's also passive aggressive. And it's kind of interchangeable depending on the situation he's trying to manipulate himself in. Only messed up when you don't understand that it's being directed towards the same people who've been trying to kill the same light workers that I'm speaking up for, and also just yesterday sent death spells, including, in some cases, from some of these people who've been going around to our grandparents' gravestones to steal graveyard dirt, desecrating their graves to try to do spell work on us, to kill us, like psychos. So no. Again, if you want to be reckless like that and go play around in a graveyard, like, you've got to have something more fun and productive for yourself to do than harass us. Go take a hike in a bear-infested forest.
Kick rocks, barefoot. Go stick your face in a pool of snapping turtles. Go find something more productive to do.
You dig? It's a little different. I don't take that lightly. I don't say that towards people, but they've been trying to kill us, so.
Uno reverse. You first. Now, I don't wish that for anybody, to be very clear. But if you want to be so reckless, like, there are ways to do that without fucking people up. Thank you. It's like if you want to smoke cigarettes and give yourself cancer, that's your prerogative, but don't expose other people to it. It's why it's illegal, for example, to smoke in the car with children. Now, that didn't stop people from trying to clam bake my child in a car illegally, my toddler. But hey. Motherfuckers. Yeah, I hear that. Divine Masculine says that's why their karma's so bad. Yep, for starters. It's in the hips. It's the sacral solar plexus energy they want so badly to mess people's lives up. And that's why the children topic came out. This is the solar plexus sacral area where a baby's carried in the stomach. Where do those chakras sit in the stomach and the reproductive organs? There it is. And it's on the right. They're trying to block people from moving forward. Left is inflow from spirit. Right is outflow. It's where you release like a valve. There's a reason that your heart and your ring finger are on the left side rather. It comes from God. God is love. Now, not everybody is embodying that, but yeah. Sometimes I keep missing you, crazy. Ain't nothing quite like you. And love like this keeps going and going. I cannot forget you. Oh. They're transitioning songs. Feel like I'm ready for love. And I wanna be your everything and more. And I know every day you say it, but I just want you to be sure that I'm yours. Whew, you're gonna make me cry, DM. Divine Masculine just got a little emotional over that. And him getting emotional made me emotional. Goodness gracious. He says, you cry when I cry? That's because you're real. Yeah, can't help it. I cry when babies are born too and when people get married. I heard that. I heard that. Protect her at all costs. Aww. That was cute. Very kind. You know what? I think this is funny. It's so messed up, but it's also kind of really funny to me. Some of these people, they thought that they would make me some bitter bitch and they'd just be so mad at other people and upset because other people have their children while mine is being held hostage. But no, I genuinely, it makes my whole freaking day. My freaking nipples still tingle when I hear babies crying in the grocery store, but to be blunt. But it genuinely makes my day to see, especially when they're happy and things are good, parents with their kids and kids happy and very clearly safe and warm and fed and content. That genuinely makes me beam
they thought that by taking away what they thought I love, that I would be bitter and not want, I guess I would just be jealous of other people, and they're, no, I'm happy that other people have good relationships with their kids and are taking care of their kids like good parents should. I don't have an issue with those people. I have an issue with people pretending to be good people and parents while abusing people, and so that they can cover it up. And there's a difference. Your cover story backfired, dude. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, Divine Masculine says that's why they're going to get it in court.
Because they've already lost in spiritual court, I just heard. Yeah, also. Okay, well. Kind of goes a little bit hand in hand with some of the stuff I just saw. Not quite the same, but yeah, they're in trouble with the law, whether it's from one side or another. Some of them. I heard a good portion of them. Ooh, goodness. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I just got a whole nother download. This is not good for them, but I'm being called to be quiet, so there's that. At least for now. Oh yeah, I just got a whole other side channel, dude. Ooh, that was yucky. Yucky for them. It's, don't get me wrong, it's justice, it's fair, it's balance, it's the scales being balanced back out, but that's everything that they don't want. I use that Stone Temple, what is it, Stone Temple Pilots? No. Yes? No. I don't know. It's, I don't remember the title of the song or the artist's name right now, but when the leader of the bad guys sang something soft and soaked in pain, I heard it echo from a secret hideaway. He must have forgotten to change it, or he must have forgotten to close that door as he cranked out those dismal chords. Yeah. And his four walls declared him insane. Ooh. And he claimed wrong time, wrong place as he got served his fate. You're the judge, set me free. Although my soul's bleeding, hell's hot for no reason, so please. They're begging to be set free. Something like that. Okay, you know when I first heard that song, this is coming up, because this is connected to the people who've been causing problems for me, was they decided to come and, locals here, stalk me on my account here, and write nasty little comments. Some of them at that point, most of them, didn't even bother hiding their names. They just came on from their normal personal accounts to harass me, because they have been doing this since grade school or high school, and they brought this into the work and career and quote-unquote adult field. It's not very adult of them, but they did it anyway. But that's the thing, is they bullied their way to the top of the social hierarchy in this small town, and so they think that they rule the world. But let me tell you what, the world is a much bigger place than these small couple of towns around here,
And the majority of the world does not like people like that or what they've done. We outrank and number them. So that was dumb. But she came on to my account and left nasty comments. And when I went to block her, that was one of the songs that she had posted on her account, on her YouTube when I went to block her. I think her name was Brianna. Connected to the rapists and the drug addicts and dealers and cosmetologist clique and the cheerleaders and all the psychos. Just like basic small town Regina George bullshit. I was never for it. And I'm still not. Cheers. Divine Masculine says, you were made for big city. I mean, I love, it's so sad. I find it so sad. This is such a gorgeous, beautiful place. And I understand why so many people come to vacation here. I love the parks here. I used to take myself out all the time and just hang out in the forest all the time. But these people made a war zone out of, I mean, I live on an island right now, and this place used to be called Eden, as in like the Garden of Eden in the Bible. It was named that on the map till what, like 1800s, 1900s? And then they changed it because there's a secondary island just a little bit off from here, but when the tide goes out, a strip of sand opens up and you can actually walk or even drive across this sand strip to get to the other island. You can't do it when it's high tide. And there have been people who drive down on the sand strip when it's low tide and they go for a hike or something on this little, it's got like a nature trail up it, this little other island. There's nobody living on it. It's just nature. It's a very small place, but enough for you to be able to go hike and explore. If I recall, I haven't been there since I was a child, up that one particularly. But I remember going up there a lot when I was young, and there at the top was a flower field, or just like a field. Hike this little mountain on this little side island, and there's this field up at the top. The wild field, wildflowers. There's flower Reiki coming through, too. Speaking of, that's twice on the growth and healing energy, but the flower Reiki specifically is about very delicate energy. I like it. It's soft, very feminine. Gentle, pretty, safe. Just lovely. I see, it's like a Alice in Wonderland flower with a little face on it, but it's just looking up at the sun, happy. Very cute. No. Thank you, God, for clearing that. To be clear, I went to clear it and God said, no, I got it. So thank you. Yeah. Heard teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah, right.
heard that. You're already focusing on finishing up this session. Yeah? God says, let me take care of the attempted distractions. Because that's all that they are. All right. Here's another shield. Here is the last one was a mirror shield. This next one coming is a lead shield. Very strong. And this third one is just very vibrant light. Thank you. Thank you. Let's open that heart chakra up now. A little bit more. I just heard stressy, messy, and depressy. Sounds like that's where these karmics are. In fact, that's specifically what I heard. Collapsed narcissist. That's what I'm hearing. Made a post about that earlier. It's what happens when they've been exposed and there's no way for them to unexpose themselves. They have a narcissistic injury at that point, and sometimes they try to lash out at others. But sometimes they lash out at themselves. Even. It's a full-out meltdown. Because the whole facade that they've spent all of their time and energy trying to build, right, who they pretend to be and who they pretend not to be, really, it cracks. Hi, baby. You ready for bed? Me too, my love. My baby, I love you. Yeah. I agree. I heard that. It's sad. It's sad that they target that way and then they still try to play the victim. I know. Because that's what that is at the end of it. Right? They get caught at being a toxic, terrible person, and so they just, their whole world is over, and they, yeah. Sometimes they really do feel like they're the victim, but that's the thing with people like that, narcissists. They think that they're above the law, they think that they can mistreat people, and it's perfectly fine, but that people don't have the right to do that to them, or stand up for themselves, or give the energy back. Otherwise, we're being mean. But they weren't mean to dish it out in the first place. It's crazy. Double standard and delusional, frankly. 9922. So here's that on the numerology there. 99, you have 2 9s there, so there's a double ending here. I just talked in the beginning of this channel about the full moon energy release. And I think it's on the 12th. A peak. I hear old cycles dredging up dross. So they're just trying to pour dirt on people. Yeah, I picked that up in a reading, I think yesterday or the day before. You don't wrestle with pigs in the mud. You both get dirty and the pigs like it. So this is why these cycles are ending. 99 being a double closure of the cycle, 22 being a healing and building reharmonization number. So then you have the two bridged together. That's 9 and 9, 18, 22. 22. 99, 22 breaks down into 22. That breaks down into 4. So 2 is all about harmonization, rebuilding, or building in general. Also trust, relationships and companionships, compatibilities and trusts. But the 4 is about moving in, well, really also new directions. It's a compass reference, isn't it? For starters. Yeah. Karmic said, I'm never going to do that to her again. I never didn't get away with anything. You thought it was a good idea, though. No, my silly kitty. I don't want you to do that. You can have a huggy. Can I have a huggy? You want huggies? Yeah, I just got huggies. I love you. A little Velcro kitty. Sweet boy. I love you. Yes, good boy. You're just a cutie pie. I love you. Alright, let's finish this up. Yikes, there's a little bit, there it is, stuck in the heart chakra. Oh, goodness. Hanja. Hi, baby. I love you so. I hear Santeria by Sublime. I don't practice Santeria. Oh, somebody's making a reference. That's not even the right culture. You don't even have your friggin' cultures right, dude. You're being just racist. Cut it out. 10322. You see in my, if you go to the video section, you'll see, shout out to Mami Wata. I do have a download that I got about a couple of things in regards to that. But I'll handle it tomorrow. Oh, okay, so there's this karmic female that says, I don't like that you're shouting out other readers. This is a fake karmic that I've been calling out for being a plagiarizer. I don't like that you're giving shout outs to other readers, because she's saying that it shows that I don't have a problem with other readers. I don't have a beef with other women. I love and support other females. I just don't like those toxic karmic females. I don't have competition with other readers. It's not like I can't promote other readers. No, I don't have a problem with that. I just don't like fake psychics, because you give the real ones a bad name. You give us a bad name. You give love a bad name. You're to blame. Blame it on bad luck, Bayside. You spent some time in a bad place at 18, wishing you could see some things through clear eyes. Well, do you ever wake up to realize that your life is meaningless? So now you realize
You give anything you had to walk a day in your old shoes, wondering what your first smoke would be like, your first fuck and your next fuck up, the next band that would change your life. That's my foot. Can I have that back? Ouchie, Mama. Can you put those claws back, please? Ow! Ball. You should know for playing with. You want to play? You want my attention? What would you like? You want love or you want to play? You're so silly. You're just a silly goose. I love you. Good silly goose, no. Ow! Not like the karmic silly gooses. That's my foot. Give me my leg. I'm not making this up. This cat right now. Can I have that back, please? Give me my leg. Give it back. I heard that. You really are standing on a yoga mat. I'm not joking. I live on this thing. That's why I have 2 of them, so I can rotate them in case one gets dirty. Ouchie! Give me my leg back. Give the foot over this way, please. Sir? That's very rude. You're very cute, but that's rude. Ow! I need that. Stop! You want to play? Is that what you want? You're so goofy. Hold on. Where's your thing? Where'd it go? Where's your feather? There it is. You play. Hey. Ow! Hold on, you little goofball. Come here. What are you doing? Give it back. You gotta give it back. This is my hunter. The hunter has it. That's why he's not giving it back. He's playing with it. You got it, boy. You got it. You gotta let it go, though. Or we can do this. You give that back. So cute. They're so freaking cute. You're just funny boys. You're just a funny boy. All right. So open up this throat chakra Reiki. That one blew right open. Goodness. It's because everybody's sick of these people's crap and is ready to speak up. I heard that. Karmic says, that's why our spell work isn't working. Their willpower is stronger. They've already chosen. It's their free will. What's done is done. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. It's over. I see a deck. Hold on. I'll give you that. I'll give you one for tonight. Technically, it's tomorrow. Past midnight. Boop. Are you spooked yet? Sorry, Karmic. I'm female. You know we are. Oh, I do. Financial attacks in reverse. Yeah, see divine protection. That's also why I was called to make a post about somebody stealing from me, because I picked up some people were under the impression that that was all good and dandy and kosher, when the reality is, no, I've been continually siphoned from, to the point where I haven't been able to get all of the proper medical care and medicinal healing that I need in order to fully get back on my feet. I've still been pushing through and kicking ass regardless, but yeah, it's not great. So they're going to pay for that. But that's what happens when you put somebody for so many years in such a bad spot, and you try to drive them into the ground by breaking up as many laws as you can and trying to cover it up or pay people off to get away with it, steal from them, siphon from them, hurt them, right, to try to make it so that they have trouble. Blame them for it at that. It's just narcissistic abuse, that's all. Which is funny as I take a step back. It's because it's not just narcissistic abuse. That's horrendous. That kills some people. So I'm not going to downplay that. That's serious. But that's all it is. When you break it down and you boil it down, they're just psychotic. They're just unstable. And they're bullies. Simply put, overgrown school bullies that maybe peaked in high school if they made it that far. Come here, little goop balls. Come here. Come here. You leave my animals alone. Yeah, I've seen that before. Jealous Jezebel, they get mad. Either jealous of other people's animals, or whether they use theirs to attack other people's, or it's gross. They're gross. I've been picking up one who lost a pet. I've lost animals before. You don't think I have had animals that died? The ones that I had in high school are gone. Hello. In fact, my cat got eaten by coyotes when I was pregnant. It's like the week of my baby shower, actually. So I heard that. That's sad. Yeah, it is. I loved him very much. But that's why I told this crappy, evil neighbor next door, you got to stop trying to send your animal as an attack animal over to me, because it's going to get eaten by a coyote, and it did. And so that's not just, in fact, that's not at all the energy I was picking up, but kind of a similar situation. If it's not an attack, then it's somebody who's upset that they've lost a pet, so that they're jealous of somebody who has... Why are you hating on someone with cats? Because you're upset that your cat died. I've had, again, cats die before too. So why don't you just go get a new cat? Well, I can't afford one. Well, hating on me is not the way to do that. In fact, they put me in bad spots. I make sure to take care of my cats before I make those medical expense payments, which is why sometimes I had to pick and choose with what scrids I was left over of my own money that criminals were filing fraud to steal. Have been filing fraud to steal. What do you mean? Get real. It's been a few months, like maybe 2-ish, since that's been partially fixed, but that does not get somebody out of like a decade of abuse that they put somebody in and tried to bury them in. What do you mean? Give me a break. Why do you think, even though I should be able to rest and recover, I've been busting my ass to get back to work, even though a judge says I should be able to just rest and heal? Because they didn't give me another choice. They hurt me and then broke the law and then filed fraud to take the money that was supposed to go to help me recover for themselves. So they were being paid with my money for hurting me. And then they kept been continuing to try to hurt me so that they can continue to get monthly paychecks to steal from me, to keep me in a bad spot. That's what they've been doing for years. So rather than be mad at me that your cat is gone, maybe go do some work, because I've been fucking busy. And by work, I don't mean plagiarizing me. At this point, these people have been warned, the people stealing from me. If they continue to do it, what will happen legally is that any charges and any financial damages that they are going to have to pay back will be much worse because they continued to push it. And that's how the law works. Let's say that you commit, or let's say that somebody commits a burglary, and then they go and they rob 3 other houses on the block. Even though it was just one burglary excursion on one street, they're going to be charged with however many separate vandalism or burglary charges, rather, for every house that they broke into. So what's that, like 3 or 4 on the one block? And then because, I mean, they could max out charges realistically for one, especially if they showed up with a gun or were violent and threatening and abusive to people. But especially if there's 3 or 4 separate cases, they're going to be a lot less likely to give them any kind of leeway, leniency, or minimum sentence. They'll max out those charges, including financial damages that they have to pay out for everything that they did. That's how it works. Yeah, I see that. Karmic trying to take notes as if this is going to help them. No. Yeah, I see. Because I'm going to try to use this against you. No, I've seen it before. Karmics turn around and they try to rush to the court and they try to play the victim and they try to spin the narrative of, in fact, that's what people try to do with my daughter. The truth about the abuse started coming out, and when I started speaking up about it and asking for legal and professional help, they started attacking me, trying to flip the script and spinning a smear campaign. Have been for years. I think it's so funny too, these karmics who wanted to copy what I do. I have been persecuted and threatened with death for being a psychic medium, but you want to copy me for clout and profit? You are so out of your depth and out of your league. This is so over your head. You're in trouble, spiritually and otherwise. I didn't know it was like that. You're powerful. Much more than you know or thought. Carmen says, why don't you do anything about temperance, babe? Temperance. Do you know what I see about you? That you're a terrible judge of your target. And you don't see yourself very clearly at all. But I do. Theft magic. Someone's doing theft magic or spell work to try to take something from you or love from you, to try to block love. Yeah, told you them earlier. Also money, the financial attacks. This could be an ex who's mad that you walked away from them. You're clear of any psychic attacks and evil eye. Continue cleansing your energy. Let's see what else.
Someone wants you to submit to them and allow them to have their way with you? No. Absolutely not. Is that a joke? Are you trying to be funny? Just kidding. That was a joke. I know they're not trying to be funny, but I'm making a joke of it because they're clowns. That's ridiculous. Absolutely not. Protection. You're protected. What they've planned for you will not work. Exactly. Obsession. Someone is obsessed with you to the point where they cannot stop thinking about you. Trying to steal your essence and become a mirror image of you. It's a copycat. Voodoo. Someone's doing voodoo work to achieve something against you. And that's what I started calling out earlier. I started picking that up. I said, you don't even know your own religions, all right? So there is a... I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. Well, I had $1 million, but if I could find that sun or that Hano, and that sunshine that she found, and I'd pop a cap and sunshine, and I'd slap her down. Well, I really wanna know, my baby. Oh, I really wanna sing. I love jealousy. Someone's jealous of you. I told you. It was the one card I hadn't read yet in this stack. It's funny. But the Santeria part, that's like Spanish variation of, it's kind of like voodoo, but it's Spanish. Voodoo is like not Egyptian, African or like a Haitian variant. They're two separate continents and cultures. They're not the same. And so this karmic decided to play with Santeria after seeing the video that I have in the scheduled for tomorrow, where I'm shouting out, not Mami Wata. I'm not doing voodoo. I'm not calling on Mami Wata, the deity, although she's the African embodiment of Aphrodite. Did you not know that? Foolish. So you're racist. Psycho. And I'm shouting out Mami Wata Tarot. The reader. Stupid. I'm gonna sit there and play with Santeria at me because you think I'm playing with voodoo because you didn't know that I was talking about, I was hashtagging another content creator's handle. You're dumb. Divine Masculine's laughing at you. Divine Masculine said, yeah, even I knew that. You post her in the comment section. In the community, yep. Backfired. Yeah. Backfire will be sent your way. Turn back on to the sender. Failed attempt. Love attacks. They tried. Sex magic in reverse. No. Competition magic in reverse. It's all failing. Love binding spell. They're trying to mess with your, it's your love. They're so mad that the light workers are moving into this love because they don't want that over anything, because they don't want us to be happy. But they also feel like if the light workers come together, they will be, I hear, elevated and more powerful. They feel like there will be no way to target them, either of them, anymore. Too strong, I hear. Because they're having a hard enough time targeting singular light workers. Imagine when there's a divine counterpart couple together. That's twice the amount of the same energy. The force field is twice as strong. Their impact is that much more exponential together. And they help each other grow. Return to sender. Someone thinks you hurt them and they're mad and out to seek revenge. It's the narcissist. They're playing the victim. They're not. And so absolutely not. Bitch, this is a boundary. Not a grudge. You're holding grudges. I'm continuing to hold this boundary. You don't like the tone of my voice, but I don't like your attitude, your demeanor. I don't like your personality. I don't like the behaviors. I don't like you. I don't like you. Stop copying me. Stay away from me. Stay away from my collective. You're gross. You're nasty. Someone is using spell work with good intentions to help you. And that's why I whistle blow. Because people don't like you, karmics, and they've been stepping up to help. I haven't seen it. Yeah, because you don't understand the people. You think you work behind the scenes and you're sneaky and you can pull strings and manipulate. Well, guess what? Light workers work behind the scenes to fix the damage you've done too, you stupid ass. Flagrant. You're just an idiot. You're not intelligent. You're mean. And I don't have a problem bluntly calling you out for it. I know that the sharp truth hurts your feelings, but frankly, you tried to kill us. So eat it. And eat hearty. I wish you the life you deserve. Toodles. Good riddance. Instant karma, exactly. They'll receive instant karma for anything they try to do to you. Yeah. Reckless magic. Someone's out of control doing anything. And I told you, you're reckless. I'm not making it up. You're just ignorant. Trying to power swap. It's an energy harvest or destiny swap attempt. Look. I'm not playing those games. Evil eye. There it is. Someone envies you. Let's light some sage, shall we? Oh, wow. I just split the deck. Look. Split the deck. That says Marine Kingdom. Right? So they're trying to call on, I would say, some kind of Santeria equivalent of what Mami Wata would be in their perspective, without maybe realizing that that's what they were trying to do. Oh, she's calling on Mami Wata to do voodoo on us. Well, I'll call on the Santeria water spirit. I don't even know what that would be, because I don't play with that shit. But I know more about what they think that they're doing than they do. And I'm psychic, and they're not very smart. No. I wasn't calling on Mami Wata, the deity. But that would be very similar to, again, the energy of the Grecian variation of the Aphrodite concept. Another one is Freya in Norse mythology. Isis is one in Egypt. I accidentally said Egypt earlier. That's probably why. Yeah, it is, because that's been coming out today. Some past life regression stuff for me personally, actually. But there may be other people in the collective who have, if not ties to that, then certainly other geographical location concepts or karma clearing coming up. As mentioned in the beginning. This live, I think that came up earlier too. Health attacks. They're wanting people to be sick. They say if you're sick, then you can't do what you're doing. Here's the thing, though. You're mad at me for what I've been doing now. If I had what I needed, I'd be back on my feet fully and recovered quickly. So you're mad that I'm making progress and succeeding now. You think you're stopping anything? No, you definitely caused problems, but that's what you're in trouble for. You didn't stop anything. I'm still moving forward and you're still mad. And I'm not even functioning at my best yet. And you're still mad and you still can't keep up. Boo. I suggest you sit down and run. Either and or. Both. Take a seat and a hike. Kick rocks. 129.22. The work you've done on yourself has worked. Negative energies dissipating. Toxic fixations. Yeah, someone's attracted to your light and wants to dim it. Spying. They either try to spy with Oracle or by stalking me or other readers. Demon magic. Yeah, because they're playing with, what did I say? I don't practice Santeria. I know what you're doing.
I'm psychic. You're playing with things you know not the first thing about. There it is again. And you should not be touching. Good riddance. You just cut your own throat. Trying to cut mine. Or anybody's in my collective. Yeah, see, look. What did I say? These got stuck to the table. Stupid. Spiritual attacks. You're done. You're done. Divine Masculine says, I'm proud of you. I love you. Thank you. Hi, silly kitty. You like the feather. I love you. You have a little feather. Come here, buddy. I got you. Come here. You wouldn't sniff it. Cute. Looked like he was playing with an angel feather as it rolled across the floor. Just white feather from one of his toys. So cute. Shawty, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Closer than my peeps, you are to me, baby. This is a divine masculine who feels like his feminine's his best friend. Divine feminine, you're gonna wanna be my best friend, baby. You're gonna wanna be my best friend. You startled me, my love. You okay? What was that? It's okay. Oh! Oh, did I start it too? He's a spooky energy, huh? Yeah, it's okay. I love you. I love you. Are you ready for sleepies? You're just a cute boy. Let's finish this up. Crown chakra. And do a quick aura sweep. Thank you. Divine Masculine says, so pretty much you just gave like thousands of dollars worth of free services tonight is what you're, well, I mean, no, it's what you're saying, Divine Masculine, but based on calculations, based on my price calculations and your evaluation of how long I've been here tonight, yeah, I would say that you're correct. I wasn't thinking about that or putting it that way, but correct. Since I've been watching. I know, it's why I've been letting you know who's being mean. One thing I like about me is I'm nothing like you and I will never be. You need to stop, karmics. Someone who loves how it sounds when they speak, but you're not telling the truth. No, you're just being mean. You said I take too much space, half an inch from my face, and you meant it. Ah, Divine Masculine says she really did try to low blow. Like, she went right in with it. Immediately went to attack your child or yeah, like, because that's what narcissists do. But they don't like it when they're exposed. They thought I was being mean. Who do you think showed me? That person's hairy behind that needs a scrub and a face mask. And some salicylic acid. 10 out of 10. Skincare is something I'm quite good at. I went to cosmetology school. Honey, that would help you. Go wash your ass with some salicylic acid, and it won't look like that anymore. Give it a week. Crazy pants. And you know what? I didn't actually learn that stuff in cosmetology school. My favorite parts of cosmetology school were chemistry and anatomy. I taught myself. I just know it's just chemical science. And divine masculine, so you basically taught yourself esthetician stuff. Yeah. Honestly, there was stuff in cosmetology school that I didn't even learn. And interestingly enough, none of the girls in there could get my hair to curl. And so I just assumed that my hair was uncurlable because of the texture. No. No, it's not. There's just a very specific way of curling it and then also setting it if I need to do that. And yeah, they weren't doing that. The curls would drop right out. And I figured that out by myself. It's like Carmen says, how? Because I'm smart. Much smarter than any of you wanted to give me credit for. But obviously you tried to plagiarize my whole life, so you know there's something to it. Goodness gracious. Me oh my. All right. You know what? I saw a reading pop up earlier. It wasn't from a reader that I was familiar with, but there's no way this reader could have known all of the names involved with this case, a specific case. It's just a stranger on the internet. Like, she even picked up names of children and stuff like that that have never, ever, ever been spoken publicly. Ever. I have no association to her. She has no association to me or and this is a stranger across the world. But the screen photo, the cover photo, was a still slide from the live feed or the video that she had uploaded. And it had cards on it that she had made with names that she had at one point channeled out and made her own little deck with index cards. And the names on them were Cadence with a K. Roberts was on there. That's the name of a crooked judge here. Lily, my last name, was on that. There's another one too. A whole bunch of them popped up. Like, way too many. Like, almost 10. And that was just from the first slide. I didn't even watch the thing. I just saw what it was from the cover. And put the pieces together between that and the title photo. And it just happened to be that the cover photo sat on all of those names. But it was about karmic people being karmic. Getting in trouble for being karmic. Trying to play the victim, but people aren't buying it. Now, they think that people do when they try to manipulate people into, or go towards toxic people who are just like them, manipulate people or recruit people to help them
But those people are also, they don't seem to understand, those people cannot save them. Those people put themselves in the same bad spot as the person who's recruiting them when they ally with them. In fact, in the United States, there's a law called, there are a few of them. There's one called SHB 1236. It went through Washington years ago. Was it 2015 or maybe before that? I don't remember. 18? I don't remember. I think it was further ago than that, but it did go through Washington, and it is a failure to report law. And so when there are issues like this, if you gang up on somebody or you don't tell on somebody who's ganging up or trying to gang up on somebody, you're an accessory to that crime and whatever damages happen to those victims, whether you picked up a baseball bat with them or you harassed people online with them. If you turned a blind eye and you said or did nothing, you did not inform the authorities or anybody who could stop what was going on, help the victims, prevent the things from happening in the first place, you chose to be an accessory to those crimes. You did, legally speaking. And that bridges into, especially when you know somebody's being targeted or there are being recruits made or attempted to be made, that goes into a second law. The FBI has a whole web page about this. I've had extensive, multiple hour-long conversations with them over the years about this. Which I have recordings of, by the way. 14122. And I've uploaded pieces of before. And it is called excuse me, that was the first one. This is called USC, or United States Penal Code 241-18 or 18-241. Section title 18-241. It's called conspiracy against rights. It's when two or more people conspire to plot against another to restrict their movements or their freedoms. And the thing about that crime is that you don't even actually have to commit the crimes against somebody. Like, yeah, they might go plot to target somebody, but the targeting is a secondary crime. The plot is the first one. They don't have to actually go commit the crime to be in trouble for the crime of conspiracy. Conspiracy is a whole crime within itself. And I know a lot of people, when they hear the word conspiracy, they think of like a conspiracy theory. Those are fully separate. A theory is something that can't be proven. This is fact. No cap. No arguing. This is information that will absolutely stand up in a court of law. It's incontrovertible evidence. Interesting. Hi, baby kitty. I just noticed a monitoring spirit energy. I hear steady lurking, steady mobbing. Mobbing is another crime. Mobbing is a form of menacing. It's a form of brandishing. Usually if you hear brandishing, it's like brandishing a weapon, a gun or something against somebody. But in this case, when you gang up against people and you stalk and you try to intimidate and harass people, you've become the weapon within yourself. You've chosen to become your own weapon.
You've chosen to weaponize yourself against another, or weaponize a group against another, and that's a crime. All of a sudden, did you hear that? The cat hissed. One was playing on one side of the room and the other was playing on the other separate side of the room. And all of a sudden, one of them hissed because they're picking up on the energy too. I told you, I picked up that monitoring spirit. And then this white feather just rolled across the floor again. Angels behind me. I'm telling you. You need to stop. That's so funny. I posted about all of this. Everything that's been coming up in this live, just off the cuff, has been channeled out in the community board in bits and pieces today. It's not uncommon. That's typically how it happens anyway. It's all related. Did you hear that? He just hissed again. They don't do that. They aren't. It's not a very normal or common thing for them, you know. Come here. All right. Yeah, they're bristled. They're picking up on that energy. I don't like that very much. Come here, my lovey. Come right here. I'll be right into it, okay? Yeah. Divine Masculine says she's just night owling. Yeah, it's almost a full moon. Just hanging out, holding space a little bit. Let's see. I heard that earlier too. I didn't say it earlier though. But I just picked it up again. Come here, silly goosey. Oh. Anything else? There's some past life. Yeah, that makes sense. I hear Mesoamerican. Heard something about that the other day too, the conquistadors. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It was like Spanish. Oh, the Santeria. Okay. Yeah. So the karmic who's been stealing from me and plagiarizing from me and called out, I've been picking up that she had ties to the Spanish conquistadors in a different life. But you see, I'm Trail of Tears descendant Native American, and she targeted me in a warlike effort. Spanish people attacking Native Americans in that life, the same way that she's been targeting me in this life while trying to brand herself on her website 323. I just got to download. That's my twin flame number also. On her website as like anti-racist. Okay, white face. Perceptively white face. And regardless of what she is, it's just not a good look to do that to anybody, especially a Trail of Tears native in America. Foolish. Seminole Nation. Somebody says, aren't they from Florida? Yeah, that's where the reserve is. I do have some family down there, actually, on both sides of my family, but some migrated from there. We ended up there and then moved up north. But then you had the Spaniards coming in to try to take their land and cause conflict with them, which doesn't that sound like a variation of a modern day example of exactly what she just did? Yeah, Divine Masculine says that's exactly what it is. I know, I'm a past life regressionist. Kim comes in very handy for these types of things, you know. I hear these people are spooked and confused. I'm not. But I would be if I were them too. I understand. I would be shitting bricks right now if I were them. I'd be shitting my pants. So I get it. But didn't I warn you not to fuck with me? You thought I was bluffing because you were. I hear, yeah, they thought I was all talk. I hear all fluff. Never heard that before. Must be just like talking bullshit. That's what I'm picking up behind the meaning. No. They assume because I'm a Gemini, I guess. I just was running my... Are you kidding me? You're seriously serious? Geminis are actually very intelligent. I don't think Donald Trump is very smart. He's an idiot. But I don't claim him. We don't claim him. And you have to take into consideration the other aspects and things in people's charts, too. I'm also a Virgo. Very nurturing and caring and loving and protective, but have very little patience for stupidity and bullshit. We'll call it right out and cut it off. I'm also an Aries. I've got enough earth sign in my chart in a number of different places, including a career, work / finance sector, for it to be balanced. It's why I have the self-dedication and drive and discipline that I do. It's not my fault that people try to be hurtful. You know, it's not your fault if you bleed when people cut you. It's just what happens. They're not supposed to cut you or keep cutting you. I didn't give up. I'm still pushing through. Would have taken me less time and less effort if they'd stop trying to cause wounds or keep reopening them. But, you know, that's what sociopaths and narcissists and psychopaths do. That's just their mental illness. That's not my fault. Got to go do that shadow work where you forgot to acknowledge that part so that you didn't have to take accountability for the damage you were doing to people. Katie, 152.22. Cheers. I don't know, I just picked up this excited. I don't know, I'm excited for this moon. I don't know why. It's good vibes. Good vibes. What is this energy? I'll do a reading on it. Just not tonight. Well, technically it's tomorrow, maybe tonight, just not right now. It's the morning. Divine Masculine says, I'll look at the moon. Star watch with me. That's really cute. You know what I always see? Every single time. Anytime I look up, I see shooting stars. Every single time. Usually really quickly, too. Like often pretty instantaneously. Multiple. Depending on how long I sit and look. Not that it takes that long for multiple to come through, ever. I always found that quite interesting because when I've spoken that to people who know about planetary or astrological things, they'll say like, oh, there's not a meteor shower. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. It's there. But see, that's the thing. This karmic's trying to play with elemental and fire magic. And I've been picking that up since I said something about this recently. The karmic's trying to, okay, let's tap into fire magic and try to dry people's lives out or like start scorching fires in their lives. You know what that sounds like to me, narcissist? The scorched earth tactic. Well, if I can't have it, and if I can't have her, and if I can't get what I want, and I can't, then I don't want anybody else to have it, or crazy. If I can't get away with copying you, then I don't want you to be able to be yourself and live your happy life. You're psychotic. You need serious help. And you need much more than spiritual help. In fact, I think you should get out of the spiritual community, because what you have seemed to have done is it's like joining a cult or a religious movement to escape reality. You've tried to focus on the spiritual side of things to avoid the real issues and the real truths in your life. I didn't do that. See, the thing about me and my path is I started my psychic medium stuff and I started activating and opening up to this again when my life was good, kosher, solid. So I was already on my path. It doesn't matter that karmics got jealous of it and tried to disturb it. That didn't mean I was not on my path. It just meant they were trying to steal it or throw me off of it. That's all. And the thing about that is I've been getting dream prophecies since I was a child. I remember vividly, distinctly crying at 5 years old to my mom, my Christian mother, okay, who doesn't believe in karma or past lives. Her mom does, though. 1:56:22. Because I kept having the same dream over and over again. And it was of this woman trying to escape from this man, adult, and his face would always be blurred out. Well, it was a past life regression, actually. I kept having it over and over again as a child, and it was scary. It was a nightmare. He was hurting her. And I always woke up right before his face was blurred out, and I always woke up right before she got to the place she was trying to escape to and run away from him into, like to get away from him. But as it turns out, whoops, this is why his face was blurred out too. I think we had some karma to clear. But that's the thing, is I learned these cycles a long time ago. I walked away. It's not my fault that stalkers can't get a grip and let go. That's their lesson to learn, not mine. But the person who sexually assaulted me when I was 6 weeks postpartum. And as an adult, I started getting the dream again, and also I could see it in pieces while I was awake. And the faces weren't blurred out. And I got the details that were missing as well. Ooh, God, I just was not a nice energy that shifted through with this. And he was hurtful and very predatory and a sexual assailant, just like that. In fact, he was aggressive with her, tried to lure her over about talks with children, and then when she wasn't going to submit to, like, being back with him, he was trying to seduce her to be with him again, and she didn't want to. And so he smashed her over the head with a wine bottle, knocked her out, and she fell. He had like a charcuterie board out with cheese and wine and like crackers or something on it, and very distinct, very, very vivid, okay? And it was red wine, and he smashed her over the head with a red wine bottle, and it shattered, and it knocked her out, and she fell at the waist, bent over, so the whole upper body, face, chest, stomach was like kind of laid across the table. It was like an island counter in the kitchen. The door was behind him, and he smashed her over the bottle with a head, and she came to basically like laying on the table, kind of with her legs hanging off the end of the table, with her feet on the dangling on the floor, and he had lifted her skirt up over her face. Her chest and her face and her stomach were all smashed into pieces of glass that had fallen from him smashing her onto the counter, that she then fell on from the waist up, and then he flipped her skirt up, and she woke up to him sexually assaulting her. Some of those pieces were blurred out when I was a child. Obviously, it was like censored, angelically censored, but yeah, I've been having past life regression dreams since I was a child. And I went to my mom crying, like, Mommy, why do I keep having this dream? She didn't have an answer for me because she's Christian. I'm listening to both sides. There's a karmic who thinks that they're doing something, and then there's a divine masculine who's just really sad to hear all of that. It is sad. It is kind of sad. A little bit. He says, no, don't downplay it. That's very sad. It is. It's fucked up. Yeah. So it wasn't very nice, but this is why these people can't compete where they never compared in the first place. I'm like, you couldn't compete with me when I was 5 years old. You think you can now? 160, 122. I mean, I have words for it now, but I was doing it as a child. Cheers. Divine masculine. He says, that's why you were bullied so badly. Like, you were high priestess before you even knew it. You're a savant. Like, you're the oddball out. You're the exception, but you're the oddball out, and they outcasted you. You're the special one, but they outcasted you. Yep, I guess so. He says, I know so. And he just put a crown on top of my head. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, God. Love you. Somebody's asking, what are you talking? Both. I have love for both the divine masculine energy. Whoa. Almost just fell off my chair. And God. Divine masculines. This is really cute. This energy is very sweet. Very gentle. But it's like back and forth conversation. Just gentle banter. Like, he says, "Whoa, don't do that now." Which made me laugh. It's funny. Thank you. I won't. I'm listening. Karmic just tried to come through and snatch the crown, knock the crown off my head. No, that's mine. Here, the reality was I already had placed one on my own head. God already put one on my head. Divine Masculine just gave me another. So, that's all. You're not relevant, Karmics. I Just saw a flash of Cinderella. What? Oh, he's saying they're jealous because they don't get to go to the ball. Well, they're not invited to our party. That's funny. I hear House Party by, who's that? Thomas Rhett, maybe? He says, hey, baby, do you want to come over? No, that's T-shirt. He says, you say no way, and then you move on closer. Next thing I know, you were wearing my T-shirt right there, your hair messed up like a Guns N' Roses video. Oh, so high. You're moving around in the TV light, and I ain't never seen anything like your dress, my floor, the way you wore my T-shirt. It's funny, I'm actually wearing Dre's old hoodie right now. You know what I also just noticed? It's all gray. I'm wearing gray pants today too. So big emphasis on the gray rock method. It's just about keeping the contact or the, even in this channel, mostly it's just been about neutralizing karmic, even conversation, not letting it come through, dismissing. Some things sometimes need to be addressed, but most of the time they're not even worth the energy. Divine Masculine says, especially when they're stealing from your livelihood, that definitely needs to be addressed. Yeah. This is a masculine who seems like he has, I hear business acumen, some business acumen, or he works with a team of people. Like he may have one, if this is a company, he may have one position in the job, in the company or the team or something. Or if this is a group that works together on some level. And they may have different positions. Like there's one company or goal, but then it takes multiple moving pieces and multiple people with different jobs to make that whole vision happen. Interesting. I'm being told to be quiet on that for now. I hear put a pin in it. Okay. Marked. Thank you. Gratitude. Divine Masculine says, see, she can be soft and submissive. Yeah, when I trust you, I am soft and submissive. Because my femininity flourishes in safe and healthy environments. I don't have to step up and be a bigger man with bigger balls than the big old karmic bullies who've been trying me. Metaphorically speaking, of course. I am a mom after all. But you catch my drift. However, let me tell you what. My non-existent testicles are and will always be much bigger than the karmic who's been after me. And I think that says something, considering I don't actually have any. It's giving Napoleon complex. Well, what is that? I know I'm fine, but the money makes me handsomer. It's Russ. Handsomer. It's handsomer. That's the title. That's got a good beat to it, too. I like that one. There was a video that popped up the other day. I know.
said it had a bunch of little clips of Russ's music in it, maybe 10 or 20 different songs, and it said, how big of a Russ fan do you know, are you? And it went through different eras and different music, and like, do you know all these songs? If you know all the songs, you must be an OG. And I guess I should have expected this, but I knew all the lines to all the songs. Interestingly enough. It's just good music. It helped me get through a lot of stuff. Dre liked Russ a lot. I like his honesty too. I think he's in a really happy, I don't know if he's getting married, but last I knew, he was in a really happy relationship, which was good. Like a healthy one. That's good. That's a good thing. You're a good girl. She seemed to help him heal, and it just seemed to be good for each other. Oh, no, I'm fine. Cheers. Somebody says, well, how did you respond when you knew all the songs? I laughed and I sang all the songs. What do you mean? With who? With the cats? With me and the cats. Karaoke session on the yoga mat in the living room. My favorite little spot in front of the heater. He used to call me his ancient Aztec cat goddess. I didn't understand for a long time. I don't think I understood until after he died, actually. Now I get it. I can't argue. Was he wrong, though? Cheers. Divine Masculine says, I like that you're honest. Life is much easier that way. Also, if you don't lie about shit, you have less shit to keep track of. You know? It's much easier. Also, you don't have to constantly look over your shoulder and worry about getting caught. You know, you might lose sleep over concern that other people are being harmful, but you don't lose sleep over having a guilty conscience over whether or not you did the right thing. And in the case of whistleblowing, whether that was the right choice. Because it was. Legally and ethically speaking. Divine Masculine says, don't stop. You're a badass. I won't, but I am going to catch some sleep in a little bit. Aww. Well. Hugs. It was the cutest thing in the whole world. Okay. Divine Masculine says, can I be Little Spoon sometimes? Oh my goodness. That's cute. Cuddles. Nap time, he says.
heard that. I'm gonna take you to bed. Who's that? Jay Holiday, maybe? Goodness gracious.
That's funny. I hear Dua Lipa, New Rules. I got new rules I count on. It's a song about not letting exes back in, toxic exes. And I've been picking that up the last couple of days. Actually, the Sex Magic card came out too. I've been picking up that there's a fallen masculine and he wants to come back through. He's been trying to send that energy, promiscuous energy. It's been rejected, but towards divine feminine. This is somebody who hasn't had access to in a long time. And meaning she's kept the distance between them. But he does this where he pulls on her energy because he wants to try to come between her and the masculine's connection. And then also he wants her to be either more receptive to him coming back through or open to it. But he starts with the energy to try to like soften her up energetically first. No, I don't like that. That does the opposite. I felt my stomach drop and my heart chakra shield up suddenly. No, you stay right away. You're not a knight in shining armor. You're a headache and a liability. You're stressful. Go away. You know how I know? This is also how you know that that's not the one. Okay? Because that one gives me anxiety. And this good divine masculine energy, this new energy, he does not. It's one that's I've been reading on without the cards today, just intuitively and through the Reiki session. It's been a long one though. Thank you. What is that? Oh, okay. The demon, you three-headed snake. It's that demon from the Hindu mythology where it's Rama and Sita. I have a video about that. I'll link it. It has this clip in it. I'll link it in the description box when I'm done here. But seems like now karmics are trying to send Hindu demons. I just heard Krishna demons or Hindu demons at people. I also just heard Lakshmi. I don't know if they're calling on Lakshmi, some of them, but Lakshmi's not there with them. I mean, Ganesha came to me today. But Lakshmi and Ganesha go hand in hand. They're similar. Positive note. Both individually having some aspect of a reference to being abundant or bringing abundance. Ganesha also does other things, protects and remove obstacles as well, but both are symbolic of abundance contextually. And they don't side with the karmics, they come through here. Ganesha is
The Hindu variation of Jesus, basically. It's one aspect of it. It's a form of Christ consciousness. But this can be seen through many religions. I'm not a religious person, I'm an ominist. It's the same truth through all of them. I'm just able to read. It's like being able to interpret the same story in many different languages. Parallels and the crossovers on the dark side and the light, and then also where they bridge and where they don't. But it's all pretty much the same context. And it really has been a war, spiritual war for millennia, really. A lot of that's what's caused physical warfare, as above, so below. Like these karmic people, they just wake up with a stick up their ass and they're just hair on their ass, something crawled up their ass and died while they were sleeping. Couldn't say that last one with a straight face. Speaking of monitoring spirits, how's that Uno reverse? A wild hair at that. Oh, they're so cranky. Why did we do that? I here woke up and chose violence. Pretty much. There was another channel. But to shorten it, that's pretty much what it was. FAFO, fuck around and find out. I mean, even Shiva. There's all kinds of ancient old school texts about Shiva having sacred ties to the cannabis plant, for example, and then also the anointing oil of Jesus it contained a number of oils, but one of them was an ancient variation of cannabis also. Why are you charging each other for weed, bruh? I made that shit grow in the ground for a reason. Kidding. It's a meme. I didn't make it up, but it is funny. Anything else? Let me just do one more sweep also. Hold on. That's good, thank you. There's a little bit of extra stuff in the heart chakra. Oh, also in the throat a little bit. God,
I don't know why, but I'm picking up the let's get it started in high, let's get it started in here. But specifically the line where it said, let's get retarded in here. I'm like, I think that was kind of slang for... Did it go both ways? I know it was a negative context. Like, that's dumb, man. That's what people would say about things like that. But they would use the other term. I feel like I remember it being used as a positive thing, like an excitable statement sometimes. You know, like people say, oh, that's sick. Or like dirty bass in a song. Using the words in a different way, kind of. Maybe it just aged poorly. Maybe it just was a slang and a thing to do at the time, but... And maybe it's just prospectively speaking, being able to look from 2025 onto whenever that was put out, when it was a slang normalization. I remember that being popular amongst some people. But looking back on it, what would tell somebody to put that in a song? Let's get retarded. But like I said, I think it was a reference to like, let's get crunk, like let's get retarded, you know, let's get fucked up. I think they also used it for that, so that probably was what he meant. That's a little bit more understandable contextually, but also problematic. It's not like you can be that mad. They made a clean version when they realized it was an issue. You know. Grace. Problematic, but they did try to fix it. And they made an alternative. There's a message in this. It's what these karmics had the opportunity to do, but they didn't. They fudged up, but then instead of taking accountability for it, they got triggered and tried to blame the victim. And I'm being called to drop the mic on that. Please remember to pray. Do no harm, take no crap, and I will catch you on the next one. Blessings and namaste. Sweet dreams. 188-22. Toodles.